Let's send it back to Duncan this morning. Fred and Olivia, good morning.
Good morning, Stephen. Of course, we are in the town of Duncan. This place has just exploded. But before BMW came, when the railroad was built, this place was mainly farmland.
Yeah, absolutely. Stephen, you were able to dive a little bit deeper into Duncan's history. What more should we know?
Olivia, it looked a lot different. Duncan is really exactly what you think when you think of a small town, and the people there are really proud of that and its history. Take a look.
Leroy Duncan was the man who the town was named for.
Like most people at the time around the area, Leroy Duncan was a farmer. He heard of the railroad passing through from Greenville to Spartanburg and capitalized on that opportunity and bought 150 acres of land.
He was thinking, that it would be a perfect place for a little town. And so he bought up those acres for $1,000, and that stretched from present-day Greer Street to Church Street.
The railway was established in Duncan around the 1870s, and historically this is when the mills would come through, but that wasn't the case for the town of Duncan. The town built only around the railroad.
When I think of Duncan, I think of the railroad, and if you're anybody that's passing through here, you'll think of it too.
Stories of the town of Duncan are what helps keep it alive, whether it's about the train tracks that started it all or the monument that's dedicated to a beloved member of the community.
I feel like we could be the only town that has a monument to our maintenance trash man. His name was Duncan, and he was like known in Duncan for picking up everybody's garbage. I don't know how that came about, but I think it's just great that we still had that monument over there.
Mayor Shirley Clopton was born and raised in Duncan, and a lot of her memories come from those train tracks that sit across from her office in Town Hall.
When I was a little girl, my grandfather had the only taxi in Duncan. He also hung the mail on the hooks out here for the trains to come by. The train wouldn't even stop. It would just fly through Duncan. They used this long hook to grab the bag. And I can sit here and look out the window at the very spot where he would take me to, but he wouldn't let me out of the car. I can still feel that. You know what I mean? When you've done something that you love and you can think about it and still feel yourself back then and see that train go by.
The smallest things can trigger great memories of the town. Take this picture of one of the first cars in Duncan, for example.
When I showed that picture to an older man who lived here, he said, I remember the first car I saw going down Main Street, and it was speeding along at 15 miles an hour. And the man driving it, it was brand new and he wasn't used to it, and he was waving at everybody, get out of the way, get out of the way, I can't stop.
While cars move much faster now and Main Street is a lot more busy these days, the people of Duncan are proud of their small town.
I'm just proud of the fact that we do still maintain just a cozy, friendly, safe atmosphere for people to live in.
You can, of course, read more about Duncan's history over on our website, WSPA.com. Olivia, Fred, it definitely looks a lot different. You're in a great spot that really tells that story at that water park and the park next door.
It really is. And of course, this is just such an amazing area with the growth. You got the residential area, so much industrial around here. So many warehouses have gone up, and of course you got a Highway 290, and every business you can think about is there.
Right, and it's booming, and that's why everybody's coming to live here in Duncan, and you really can't beat the community aspect of it. We'll send it back to you, Stephen, for a check of your top stories this morning.